I would like to call the council meeting of October 11, 2023 to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call roll.
Here.
Silver. Here. Duber. Harry. Bilski. Klein.
Here.
Kurland.
Here. I'd like to make a motion to excuse Brandon Doomer for the council meeting of October 11, 2023. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Silver? Please call roll.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Perry.
Here, yes.
Klein. Kurland.
Yes. I will now make a motion to excuse Ryan Bilski from the council meeting of October 11, 2023. And do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Vincent. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes. I'd like to call Heather Elmer up to the Executive Director of Chagrin River Watershed Partner, Inc., and she'd like to speak about her organization and what they can offer to our community. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you. Is this on?
On.
Thank you, Council President Kurland, for inviting me to join you tonight, and thanks to all the members of council and those of you who are here this evening. I'm interested to chat with you about our work with Orange Village over the last 25 years, and also want to thank Mayor Mulcahy for her long support of our organization and participation on our board executive committee and serving as our treasurer for several years. So just to get started here, a little background about the Chagrin River Watershed Partners. We were formed back in 1996. We're a nonprofit technical service organization, and we work with communities, counties, and park districts across the Chagrin River watershed. Orange Village has been one of our members going back to 1998. We really appreciate the village's support and partnership over all of these years. And now, here today, CRWP has grown to 35 member communities, counties, and park districts across the Chagrin River watershed in this 4-county area. And we have a list of all of our members up here on this slide, along with a map of the watershed. And the Chagrin River is a very unique watershed. It contains many high-quality cold water streams, many natural stream and riparian corridors that the communities across the watershed have really shown a lot of leadership over the last several decades in preserving these natural assets so that they can continue to provide free flood control, erosion and control, and water quality benefits for all of our communities. We also work beyond the Chagrin River watershed across a large region in northern Ohio referred to as the Central Lake Erie Basin. This is a 16-county area that includes many major watersheds such as the Rocky River, the Cuyahoga, the Grand, the Black River as well. And this regional work is something that we've undertaken through a network called the Central Lake Erie Basin Collaborative. And through this network, we work with similar conservation organizations and communities across the whole region. And so what is our work? What do we focus on? So everything we really do is about preserving the Chagrin River and other watersheds in Lake Erie all across our region so that our communities can continue to benefit both from having a healthy environment, being connected to that environment, and also being able to be resilient to things like severe storms and flooding. So some of our work with our members is focused on proactive planning and preservation, and this goes way back to our formation. One of the first directors of CRWP, Kyle Dreyfus Wells, who's now the CEO of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. She worked with our member communities to pioneer model riparian setback ordinances, and these are ordinances that preserve natural stream corridors as communities develop. We also have many other model ordinances that help communities ensure that stormwater is adequately managed and erosion and sediment issues are controlled during development. I'll talk a little bit more about those in a minute. We also do a lot of project planning, grant writing, and on-the-ground project work with our members, and I'll talk with you a little bit about some of those projects that we've done with Orange Village over the years here in a minute. We provide training for community staff and local elected officials. We do a lot of public education and engagement and outreach, and we've also been engaged in a lot of applied research to help answer questions about what are the best ways to ensure that we're sustainably managing our watersheds. And the images here on this slide are just an example of one of the projects that we worked on with another member community, the city of Aurora. And this goes back about 10 years or so now. Before my time with Chagrin River Watershed Partners, we worked with the city to obtain grant funding that allowed them to purchase the Aurora Country Club and convert it into a park. And part of that project also included a pretty large-scale restoration of the Aurora branch of the Chagrin River through that area. So I talked a little bit at the outset here about our model ordinances, riparian setbacks, those stream side setback ordinances being one of those, but we have a whole suite of other model ordinances that Orange Village and many of our other members have adopted, including erosion and sediment control, comprehensive stormwater management. There's also illicit discharge detection ordinances, and ordinances focused on conservation and compact development. And we work with Orange Village and our other members to adopt these codes, but also to implement them when a development project is proposed, if there's a requested variance to a riparian setback, for example. Sometimes communities ask us for recommendations about how the development goals can be accomplished while maximally observing the setback and protecting the stream corridor. And really, the whole focus of all of these tools is that it's really more cost-effective to protect our natural assets and the services they provide than having to repair or restore them after they've been degraded. And I wanted to turn my attention now just to giving you a few examples of projects that we've worked on with the village over the last several years. This project goes way back. This is a project that was on Sterncrest Road that helped to address some localized flooding along the road. And what was installed was a linear bioretention swale system within the public right-of-way. This was constructed back in 2007. And CRWP worked with the village and some of our other members to obtain a grant from the United States Environmental Protection Agency to construct this system, but also to study how it functioned. And at the time, it was functioning very well to help alleviate the street and yard flooding and to reduce water pollution, things like nutrients, suspended solids, and heavy metals that can find their way into our waterways. We also more recently worked with the village on an Ohio EPA surface water improvement funded project to install permeable pavement and bioretention at the service annex next door here. And the permeable pavers that are out front of the service annex allow rainwater to soak through into an underground reservoir of stone and essentially pond that water underground, which allows it some time to actually infiltrate into the soil. The bioretention system, which is the depressed area with the native plants out further toward Lander Road, functions very similar, but there's also plants involved, and the plants can do a whole lot of work to help improve water quality, take up nutrients, and create a lot of benefits that way as well. I'm sorry for the caption that's on this slide. I thought I had gotten rid of that, but another project that we worked on in 2018 with the village, both with Orange Village and Chagrin Falls, we were able to obtain a grant from the U.S. Forest Service, Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, to do pretty large-scale tree planting. So that grant supported installation of 765 native trees and shrubs at the Orange Village Community Park here as well.
Wow.
And some other projects that we've worked on with the village over the years include assisting with compliance with Phase 2 stormwater regulations. So the model codes that we provide, in addition to, helping the village to preserve your natural resources, they also help with compliance with the Clean Water Act. We offer staff training and yearly inspections, good housekeeping inspections of service facilities. We also have produced a stormwater pollution prevention training video that's on our website that communities can use to train their service department staff, which also helps meet your stormwater permit requirements. And we do a whole lot of public engagement and education, and we do that hand in hand with Cuyahoga Soil and Water Conservation District, Tinkers Creek Watershed Partners, and other partners in the area. And so that ranges from everything such as our Master Rain Gardener program, which I'll talk about a little bit more later in the presentation, to community newsletters, to working on volunteer tree plantings and other types of programs with Cuyahoga Soil and Water. We also provide technical assistance and resources to private landowners, and we've assisted about 45 landowners in Orange Village over the last 5 years with addressing issues such as yard flooding, stormwater management concerns, or sometimes landowners contact us because they want to know what they could add to their landscapes that might be, native and sustainable choice for the environment. And we also are available and assist every year with preparing the village's report to Ohio EPA for your Phase 2 permit requirements. And wanted to share a little bit about our landowner resource program. This program has evolved quite a bit over the years. What we've done in the last few years is really tried to assimilate the most frequently asked questions and resources that we hear from local landowners into some accessible resources on our website. And we now have members of the Northern Ohio Watershed Corps program, which is a local AmeriCorps program that work with us. And they focus on helping landowners navigate all of these resources that we have on our website. So this is just an image of the landing page, and these are some of the resources we've developed. We have a stream stewardship guide that helps people understand what does a healthy stream look like, how do I maintain a healthy stream, what does a degraded stream look like, and what are some ways that you might be able to address that. And so here are some of the graphics that we worked with a consulting firm to develop to help people understand the difference between a healthy and degraded stream. So this here shows that healthy stream meanders, it curves, it moves around. It has a variety of different substrates, which would be the bottom of the stream bed, so different sizes of rock. It has lots of natural vegetation along the stream banks in both, on both banks of the stream. And this gives you kind of a cross-section view of what that healthy stream looks like in terms of vegetation that you might find in the aquatic zone or that riparian zone right along the stream, or moving up into the upland zone. Conversely, this is an example of what an unhealthy or degraded stream looks like. The stream has been straightened. The banks are very steep and vertical, and as a result of that, we get what's called undercutting and erosion. So the soil is slumping into the stream. That's contributing sediment and nutrients that can cause pollution downstream. In this case, the lawn is being mowed right up to the edge. And because turf grass has very shallow roots, that can actually compound the whole erosion issue, mowing to the edge. And then what we often see when these situations start happening is that sometimes then landowners start kind of dumping debris into the stream to try to divert the erosive forces away from the bank. But if that's not done in a systematic, engineered fashion, sometimes that can make things worse, besides, potentially putting materials in there that could be harmful. Also on our website, we have a whole range of recommendations about how residents can maintain their lawns and landscapes, native trees and plant lists as well. And we have a helpline and an email contact that your residents can reach out to us, and our AmeriCorps members are available to assist them with navigating all this information and applying it to any challenges they might be experiencing there in their home. And the last thing I would like to highlight here is just our Northeast Ohio Master Rain Gardener program. And this is a program that we started in 2019 with funding from the Cleveland Foundation. And we actually adapted a program that was originally developed in Washtenaw County, Michigan, which is the county where Ann Arbor is located. And this is a program, it's a 5-week course that teaches residents and landscapers how to design, install, and maintain rain gardens. And if you're not familiar with what a rain garden is, it's a depression in the landscape that is sited in such a manner to accept runoff, maybe from a roof downspout or maybe from a driveway or a parking lot. And it's planted with native plants, and that system helps rainwater to soak into the ground rather than running off to our catch basins and into our streams. And the Northeast Ohio Master Rain Gardener program has been quite successful. We work on this with Cuyahoga Soil and Water and Lake Soil and Water Conservation District. We've had over 690 students participate in the course since 2019. We have a whole volunteer adopt a rain garden component to this, and the participants in the course actually design and install rain gardens on public properties. So they've done this at schools, at village halls, at libraries, and contributed over 1,400 volunteer hours. And together they have installed 150 rain gardens in our area, which are managing over 2 million gallons of polluted stormwater each year. So that's all I have in terms of the work that we've done with the village here over the last 25 years. But I'm interested to answer any questions you may have about our organization, our services, the work that we do with the village, and hear from you, members of council and mayor, about potential new opportunities or needs that we could work together with the village on going forward.
May I ask a question just about costs? If an individual wants to reach out to get help in any of those areas that you mentioned, do they pay you individually? Do we have a service with you that allows for that?
That's a great question. And historically, we were able to provide a pretty intensive level of assistance at no charge to residents. We had a variety of different grant funding sources that enabled us to do that. Some of those opportunities have fallen away, and the demand has simultaneously gone up from residents across the region related to all these heavy, intense rain events that we're seeing. So we have had to find some ways to get more efficient about how we deliver these services, and so that's where we really tried to build out our website more, and it's also where we've brought in these AmeriCorps members, which are public service members, and we only pay a fraction of their stipend, so it helps that just helps us in being able to deliver more with less resources. So we still are able to assist residents at no charge. However, if the level of assistance that they're looking for is more complex and it would require physically being on site, written recommendations or reports, things like that, that would be where we might have to look at a fee-for-service approach.
So far, and they let us know when they come out to a resident, and they keep us informed, and they write very detailed. They're incredibly thorough, but I know that because I was on the executive board, that revenue is always an issue, so I didn't know that was changing, but they have been very helpful in our community.
We do have funds from the sewer district. They're somewhat limited and they have to be spread across multiple communities, but we do have some sewer district funding that helps support our assistance to Orange Village landowners.
Always changing.
Just a real quick question. I think it might be something that would be valuable to the community on a larger scale. There are lots of homes that have stormwater management issues that I think might be addressed through rain gardens and bioswales and other types of things. Would there be a possibility of your creating a single workshop we can invite the community to and attend and to learn about some of these strategies for developing it so people understand it better and might be able to implement it themselves rather than looking to others for it? Because if they understand the science and the technology to do it, they're more likely to undertake it than, yes?
We've been advertising that when they're offered. They're in our newsletter and whatnot. Sometimes when they're close by, she does it in different places, and we put it in our Anna? It's in the newsletter and the news, right? Yeah, on the website. So we try to get the word out.
We have yeah.
Oh, I'll leave that for the future.
Yeah, we could absolutely look at that. And another thing we've done is, the Master Rain Gardener program is a bit more intensive. It's a multi-part course, and people can be certified. But there's another program we offer called Rain Gardens 101 that's just like a one-time seminar that might be a good way just to get people interested, and then they could decide if they want to do the more involved course. And we actually have a recorded video on our website that the village could also promote that short video through our speaker series.
Having a session here
Yeah.
available to residents and might encourage them to think about it and then go after some of these more sophisticated, Master Rain Gardener and others, some of these other more extended programs to consider doing. But I think getting the knowledge is important. We've included this in our Orange Goes Green certification program, but I don't think it's been fully utilized.
I don't have the number off the top of my head of how many Orange Village residents or landscapers that might work in the village have participated in the program, but I could look that up and get it to you. But we have definitely offered this Rain Garden 101 type of seminar in individual communities elsewhere. And right now we have a grant from the William Bingham Foundation that's supporting this program, so I think we would have the ability to offer like a one-time seminar if the village is interested sometime in 2024 or beyond.
I mean, I find this really interesting, and I'm definitely interested. We'd have to see if we'd get enough people to come. So,
Yes,
that's
I
sort
know
of-
we've had that challenge with some of the other programs we've done in the village, but we could host it here, and if you are amenable to us marketing it more broadly, so it's here in the village, but we're trying to get the word out maybe to some of your neighboring communities as well, then that might help ensure that we end up with a good.
We should be doing.
do that. We could do that.
One other thing, I work with the schools
Oh, great.
in my other hat, and I know they had Rain Barrels and More come out to one of the bio labs and work with the students there in creating this catch basin, if you will, for the rainwater and to try and do something with that. It might be able to be a tie into the schools too, and then you'll have the collective communities as well, so.
That's a great suggestion, and I can share all of these with Laura Bennell and Kaylee Akers, who run this program, and we can be in touch with both of you about ideas for, maybe doing those kind of intro in-person promotion of the program.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing. I think you guys do amazing work, and it's really interesting. I know the mayor was just promoting that you guys do really good grant writing, so it's good to have in our back pocket.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see it on the slide. Could you say how to reach you or the email?
My email is helmer@crwp.org. And it's also on our website. Our website is crwp.org. And the phone number is there on our website as well. And anyone, feel free to reach out to me or any member of our team anytime if you're interested in talking about future collaboration opportunities. And we would love to talk with the village more about any grants that you may have interest in. That is really one of our strong suits. I think we've been able to leverage well over $60 million throughout our history for these types of projects, restoration and stormwater management projects.
Dugan's been representing us. I don't know that he goes to all of them, but he goes to some of the meetings, and Terry's here tonight because Bob was out of town. Where's Terry? Oh, there he is. Bob was out of town, but Bob is very involved with them. A very great organization.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Very much.
All right. Oh, yeah, can we get the lights back on? Is that the mayor's job?
Thank you.
All right.
One of them that was sitting out there.
That's all right. Terry's there just to, Okay. All right, I'm moving off, people don't mind. I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for July and August of 2023. Do I have a second?
Are we skipping number 5?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed number 5. Skip number 5? Oh, mine's different. No, we skipped. I'm
Yeah.
purposely skipping the one about council clerk. We're tabling it.
But you have to say that? I don't.
You have to,
Do we have to
you
start
have to, you have to say it as a
Something or not.
Okay, we had on the agenda to change the stipend for the council clerk, but we are tabling it. We are rethinking how we're doing it, so we're tabling it for right now. So I'm moving on then to a motion to approve the treasurer report for July and August of 2023. And do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Vincent. Mrs. Cavender?
The July cash account summary has our bank account at just over $13,852,000, and you have a
A better sound system. I agree. We need a better sound system.
July revenues are $943,000, and July expenditures are $1,452,000. And you also have the July general fund revenue and expense line item details. There was a couple reclassifications for the ARPA funds for police wages, as well as some fuel reclassifications to street maintenance and state highway funds that were done in July for the year 2023. And you have the August report, which showed $16,620,000 in the bank account. The August revenues were $4,402,000, and that was primarily as a result of property taxes that came in. And in particular, we had the Pinecrest TIF funds that came in August. The August expenditures were $1,634,000. The distribution for the Pinecrest TIF will occur in September, so it will show up next month. And you have also the revenue and expenditure for the general fund for the month of August included in your packet as well. Treasurer's report.
Roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Perry, Klein,
yes.
Erland.
Yes. Okay, I will make a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for July and August of 2023. Do I have a second?
Second,
Mr. Klein? Mrs. Cavender?
Yeah, the tax administrator's report for July shows July revenue of gross collections of $621,635, which is about $184,000 less than July of 2022. We're ahead by $238,000 going forward for year-to-date. And in August, your gross collections were $488,564, which is about $5,800 less than August of the previous year. And we're $232,000 over year-to-date. You have the monthly gross collections, and as I put it out in the committee, the May and June distributions were much higher than the previous year, and that's where July and August are a little bit lower than they were, so it's just a balancing act of when we get the collections. And then you have the monthly cumulative report that shows the trend, and the trend line is still slightly higher than where we were last year.
Thank you. Anna, please call roll.
Yes.
Silver, Perry, Klein, Kurland.
Okay, we have a discussion of the bills to be paid in the month of October in the amount of $231,333.04, and additional September expenses in the amount of $1,922,645.51. Anyone want to discuss anything? No? Okay, we're to audience comments related to agenda items only. Were there any related to? Nope. All right. Old business of pending legislation and motions. So we have an ordinance 2023-15, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with the Fraternal Order of Police and declaring an emergency, second reading. The administration is requesting a suspension of the rules. So I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Mrs. Perry. Can we call roll?
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver, Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Yes. So then I will make a motion to pass the ordinance 2023-15. Do I have a second? Mrs. Perry, thank you. Anna, can you please call roll?
Vincent,
With gratitude to our police force, yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes. Okay. New business and consideration of ordinance 2023-17, an ordinance amending the annual appropriation for current expenses and other expenditures of Orange Village during the calendar year ending in December 31st, 2023. This is the first reading, but administration requesting a suspension of the rules. So I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules. Can I have a second?
I'll second
Moved.
it. Oh,
I
sorry.
think Mrs. Perry, maybe? I don't know. Whoever you say. All right. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Perry, Klein,
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes, and I will make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-17. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Vincent. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Perry, Klein,
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes. All right. Audience comments related to matters which advance the good of the village. Are there any comments? Come on up. Tell us your name and where you live.
My name is Kim Olner, and I live at 125 Orange Tree Drive, and I am here related to the unspeakable incidents that happened in Israel over the weekend. I know that everybody, I'm assuming everybody feels the same, that it was just horrendous things have happened. So many in our community want to know what we can do to help, because Israel does need our help. And we have come up with we're calling the Blue Ribbon Campaign for Israel. So if you're my age or thereabouts, you might remember the yellow ribbons around trees for the hostages from Iran. So we are doing blue ribbons for Israel to symbolize that we stand with Israel and that we are thinking of the hostages as well, and that we want them all to come home safely. We are working with different community organizations. And today I did speak with the administrative or faculty advisor at the Orange High School for the Israel Cultural Club, which is a club of students, about 50 or so students. They're very excited to participate. I've also spoken with different temples and synagogues and youth groups around the city, and as well as some other schools as well. And the general idea is that you will purchase for $18 or any amount that you deem appropriate a ribbon to tie around a tree in your front yard. And the $18 will not go to me. I am not founding a nonprofit. And it will generally not go to these youth groups that are working on this. But you will make your donation directly to, I want to read it because I want to make sure I get it right. AFMDA.org, which is the American Friends of Magen David Adom, which is sort of like the Red Cross in Israel. And it's a legitimate organization. The kids are not, we don't want your money, but you will get the ribbon to show symbol. It's a visual symbol that you support Israel and that, that we support this. It's also a call to action and allows our kids to become involved where there's something that they can do to help. So they are cutting the ribbons and selling the ribbons. And again, when you buy the ribbon, you actually just go on the website and you make your donation. You're not actually giving money to the kids or to me. And then you'll have your ribbon and you can tie it around your tree. So it's very important that we show the world at large that Israel has our support, that Israel and the people of Israel feel that they have the support. So it does that. It allows our kids to become involved, which I think is extremely important. It allows community members to know that they're doing something to help. And then, of course, Israel is in dire need right now of money to help. They need armored ambulances. I mean, there's a lot of things that they need, and that money will go directly to that. And the other thing is that unfortunately, Hamas is, I've heard, set up websites that people want to give money, and they don't always know it's a legitimate organization. And so sometimes there are organizations that people are giving to, and they're trying to help, which is wonderful, but the money is actually going to a not great cause. It's not going where they want it to go. So this allows people to be directed to a good, legitimate organization.
Yeah, I'm on that's loud. I'm on the Cleveland Council. I have been on the advisory council for a number of years now of AFMDA. So yeah, that is one of the best places to give money if you want to help the situation, because they take care of all of the medical needs. They are the blood bank of Israel. They're also, just, the mother's milk. They have a breast milk bank also, and they are the most of the ambulances, the motorcycles, all these things, the medics, which a lot of them are volunteers actually, they take care of. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
By the way, they do, even though we're talking about the current need in Israel, they do things internationally. When there's tragedies was in Haiti, whenever there's like major things, they show up.
They do. They do. It's a very good organization. So that is the ask, and right now there is a very generous donor. So I'll give the website. Donor is doubling. So they're matching the donations. So if you provide $18, it really is $36 right now. So it's a good time to do it, and it allows everybody to help. So
The website.
send it to you or say it.
Yeah, or I can give it to you. I mean,
I think my kids
Well, it's afmda.org/Bloomberg, BLOOMBERG -match, and it's a specific
okay.
match. It's somebody that's matching. So
Michael Bloomberg.
it's somebody big, obviously. It's Bloomberg, so it's a match. So we may as well give our money and have it get matched. So that's what I wanted to say. And the other thing is, obviously, any organizations or people or Orange Village wants to get involved and have ribbons here where people can pick them up, then that would be fine. And I should say that it is the intent to have blue ribbons in as many yards as possible, and you do not have to be Jewish to have a blue ribbon and show your support for Israel and people who were treated very badly. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. I'm sorry, Mrs. Ulmer. Ms. Ulmer? I didn't get it right. Okay. Mayor?
I would just like to say and weigh in that I thought last night was a very successful candidates' night. There was a good turnout. I'd like to thank publicly Barbara Greenberg, who was moderating the event, and thank everybody for participating, not only in the candidates' night, but in our election process. I will not be here the first meeting in November, and so the next time I see you officially will be after the election. So I wish everyone best of luck. It's a worthwhile endeavor, and if you don't win, try again. Planning and Zoning Commission will be discussing Ordinance 2023-16. That's the ordinance that does the text change that the Orange Place South be under. It's not Vitalia, it's V Living, because we're not having the assisted living or the memory care, just the,
Gotcha.
almost old enough,
Yeah, it's a new product.
be 50. So we will be, first of all, that we'll be having another presentation, so the members of planning and zoning are caught up to date, and then we will be doing the
Didn't I see Pam Finley here before?
laborious task of going through the zoning code that would determine what it would look like. That is next week on the, why did you say the 16th? It must be the 17th.
17.
Okay. Oh, it's ordinance 2023-16. The 17th, okay. Leaf collection begins Monday and will continue until the day before Thanksgiving, so they'll go around a few times. Please do not put your leaves out too early. It's not too early if it begins Monday.
It is if you do it today and next day and they blow all over until Monday, yes.
Okay.
I've seen,
Ready.
I know.
Next paper shredding is next Friday, and it's here at Orange Village Service Department. The construction on the new pavilion is coming around its final touches, and I think it looks great. It should be done pretty soon. Trick or treat will be held in Orange Village, as always, on October 31st, the day of Halloween, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So, dress in clothes that are visible, wear reflective clothing, bring a flashlight, be safe, and have fun. That's all I have. And again, I won't be here the first week of November.
I guess it's not really village business, but I don't want to ignore the massacre in Israel, and I just want to say that I'm sure all of our hearts go out to the people who are dealing with this horrible tragedy. And I'm glad that our flag is at half-mast, and I think it's important. On to much brighter things. I was really happy to see so many people show up at Candidates Night. I thought that was great to see people interested and involved in whatever way you can be involved. I appreciate it, so I loved that everyone came out. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. Speaking of scary, I happen to love Halloween, but I don't want it to be actually scary, just fun scary. So not just the reflective clothing, we need to remind everyone to drive slow that day, extra slow. You don't know when there's a goblin that's a small child in a costume that might pop out from somewhere. So that's all I have. Mr. Silver?
Orange for the holidays is speeding along nicely. I think, are we just waiting on Jessie from?
She's done. She's done.
She got everything filled in?
We need to talk about the incentives that Pinecrest is doing exclusively. There's an email for that, but we should be wrapping that up this week.
Anna? All right, that's all I got. Thank you.
Mrs. Perry?
I just thought everybody did a wonderful job last night. It took a lot to coordinate that. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Mayor.
Who did it?
And thank you, Anna. And the candidates all did a great job. Thank you all for your time, for doing things out there and what you're doing. I wish everybody luck.
Thanks.
Sorry.
There was, the mayor has repeated basically what's upcoming in planning. There was no meeting this past week. I again want to echo everyone's sentiments in regards to Israel. I think we all have either friends or family that are over there and are concerned about their well-being and welfare, and we wish all the best in that regard and hope that they're all safe. Again, I want to thank Anna for an outstanding job in putting together last night's candidate night. It was a beautiful evening with everyone having an opportunity to hear from all of us up here who are pursuing elective offices. And she did a great job. And I also want to commend and thank Barbara Greenberg for being the moderator and managing the the presentation very well. I think it was done timely and efficiently, and everyone's had an opportunity to be heard. Thank you again, everyone, and that's all I have.
This is Vincent.
I would like to thank both of our presenters tonight. Those were both wonderful presentations, so thank you for sharing that. I also want to thank all who had a hand in last night's Meet the Candidates night, as well as all the residents and supporters who came out in full force. It was so great to look out there and see so many interested people, and that was just a wonderful thing. Orange Board of Education met Monday. Just three very brief things. The superintendent announced that the district has earned silver recognition on the 2023 AP School Honor Roll. To qualify, schools must meet or exceed the criteria for a given recognition level for all three metrics, which included college culture, college credit, and maximizing college readiness. So congratulations on that. There was also a discussion about a topographical survey for the corner of Gale Allison Drive and Chagrin. And for anyone at all, especially Orange Village people who drive, that's that intersection to get onto Gale Allison Drive in school. It's a big deal. So they're just talking about basically who's going to be paying for that topographical survey, whether it'll.
Noticed a problem. I'm the
There's problems. Yeah, I mean, the traffic. That's the one road that connects all of the schools to get out to. Right. Well, and there you go. So anyway, they're doing the survey, and then they were talking about involving Pepper Pike in the payment of that. So just keep an eye out for that. The Ohio School Board Association has also made a visit Monday night to present two honors to board member Jeff Lykin for 10 years of service, and to former Orange Village resident Amy Bilski, who was named the Outstanding Northeast Ohio Volunteer of the Year. So congratulations to both on that. I was asked two questions that maybe somebody else could field the answers to. One was about garbage can removal, clarifying what time they have to be brought back in, because I guess some people are leaving garbage.
Don't bring them out before 4 o'clock on Sunday and have them back in by noon on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, so that was,
Oh, we got lots of time.
Yeah, but if you think that if somebody is after 1 or 2, that we're gonna be on top of it.
I thought it was that you weren't supposed to have them out before 6 p.m. Did they change it?
No, it's 4 PM on
Oh,
Sunday.
okay.
And indoors by noon on Tuesday.
Sorry.
right.
Okay.
Thank you for that answer.
I'm I don't know.
And then I received a letter, as I imagine Brent did too, that talks about issues 60 and 61. I think it only affects C, or about the alcohol on, and I know this was something we did months and months ago.
I'll tell you about this. First of all, what's so funny to me is that it didn't come to council, okay? And nobody came in to tell me that they were doing it. But I heard that the people that are in charge of the new gas station.
The owner, he told me. But this is when I say he told me recently.
He should have just come to us to put it on
Yeah.
the ballot. But they're going the complicated way. They did a petition referendum so that they can get a different liquor license. Because precinct C is a dry precinct. So. Oh, it has to go that way. Well, then he's smarter than I am, because I have no idea. He has to do that.
He sells beer, but he wants to be able to sell wine or something like that.
Licenses, and we have a.
How could he sell beer?
I've never
I don't know, there's different types of dry.
He's fryish.
Beer in my fridge, am I in violation of the law?
Yes, if you're
Are you
selling.
selling it?
Are you selling it, Brent?
Only to minors, is it?
So I just wanted to clarify, because there have been lots of these kind of questions that have come up as to what exactly, so it would add the wine and liquor to the beer that already.
To look it up. I mean, isn't,
Like
Okay, I was wrong.
wine and like Mike's Hard Lemonade type drinks.
can't you look it up on like the Board of Elections? If it's on the ballot, they have to have the wording.
Oh, yeah.
It is, yeah, no, it is 60, 61. But I just wanted clarification as to how that came about, because people were asking, did it come?
There's a petition process that you go to voters in the precinct, you get them to sign the petition that they wanted to have it on the ballot, and that gets it on the ballot.
Gotcha.
Okay, in answer to your other question, it's not to be put out prior to 4 o'clock on Sunday, the day before, and if garbage is delayed till Tuesday, that means not before 4 o'clock on Monday.
But here I was wrong, and I would suggest council maybe revising this. They want it back in on Tuesday or the day after garbage collection by 10 a.m. That's pretty demanding.
Are we having a lot of issue with this? I just want to know.
We had a problem? Is this a?
A couple of people mentioned it to me, that people were leaving their garbage cans.
Basic.
Is this like, are they the same neighbors that that's what they have to talk about?
It was an issue raised, and I thought I would bring it up since the issue was raised.
No problem. So now you know
And
the.
answered.
Okay, is that all?
That's all I have. Thank you, everybody. Happy Halloween.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the council meeting of October 11th, 2023. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Thank you.